Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. Baxter Cycle has just asked me to take this Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 twin out for a spin. I don't really know much about it. I can see it has an MK design fairing on it. It's got my favorite chrome and red tank on it. Let's go out and see what kind of mayhem we can get into. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh! Hey, this thing has some sound. I didn't look at the pipes. They look like S&S, I'm not sure. Haha! I just love the sound. Y'all hear that? What a demon. We are in the mighty mini-tropolis of Marnie, Iowa. Home of Baxter Cycle, right there. Seller of new and used Royal Enfields, Triumphs, and British bikes of all types. If you're in the market for any of that, give those guys a call. Go to baxtercycle.com. They got apparel, parts, everything you can imagine. Ask for Randy, or Jeremy, or Mark. Tell them Fuzzy Biker sent ya. Wahoo! Hey, let's calm it down a little bit. We're in town. We're in town. We're gonna rile the locals, upset the natives. Let's see if we can do a spin test here somewhere. Right here is fine. Nothing either way. Oh, there's still lots of sand here. Look at that, huh? Nice and tight. I think this has a 55.1 inch wheelbase, I believe. That's 1400 millimeters. My favorite number in a wheelbase, 55. What a monster. This thing sounds great. I love it. Whoa! Wonder if they did a tuner kit to this. I would bet you the baffles are out. Lovely, lovely. She sings a sweet song. Music to my ears. We'll turn around up here this time. I don't want to go too far down. Kind of a little bit of a slant here, a little tighter. Look at that. We stayed on the pavement. We're doing good today. We're doing good today. This has a 648cc air-cooled, oil-cooled parallel twin or side-by-side twin, whatever you want to call it. Inline twin with a 270-degree crank, I think is what they call it. Produces 47 horsepower in stock form, 39 foot-pounds of torque. That's 53 newton meters. Hey, let's make some noise here, okay? Trying to cut short, trying to shift short of the rev meter. Oh, this thing's a ball. This thing runs as good as it looks. The sound is amazing, amazing. Wow. What a missile, what a missile. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, what a way to start the day, huh? This is the first ride of the day. Oh, this thing is... I love it. I just love it. What a beautiful machine. The looks are right. I love the chrome, the gold, and the red. The Monza cap. This fairing just adds another dimension of amazement to the whole bike. I rode that Continental GT the other day with this fairing on it, and I really do believe it helped. That blue one. I think we did 100 and some miles on that one day. Let's get turned around. Nobody behind us. Oh, look how nice this thing turns. These bikes handle like a dream. They got 18s front and back. That was the rev limiter. Life is good. Life is good. Front suspension is 4.3 inches, I believe. That's 115, 120 millimeters, I believe. Rear suspension is 3.5. That's 89 millimeters. This has got, well, I think it's got S&S pipes on it. I'm sure he has the baffles out by the way it sounds. I think the brakes on these are 320 millimeter on the front, a single disc, full floating with a dual piston Vibri. The rear is a 240 with a single piston Vibri. They have great brakes. I love them. Oh, the fork diameter, by the way, is 41 millimeters. Seat height on these. Now, this does not have a stock seat. This seat is thinner than normal. I think the normal Seat height is 31.7, which is 805 millimeters. This has got that solo seat with a cone on the back. A very nice cone on the back. Ah, that was a rev limiter again. If you're ever in Marnie, Iowa, give this place a shot. Your Railer Grill. I like it. Look at that. We're going to do the turn anyway. And I think we did just fine. A little long because there's too much traffic around. Oh man, what a machine, what a machine. The instrument panel is just an awesome classic looking thing. You know, the tachometer on the right looks like a 7.5 red line. On the left we've got the analog speedometer with a little window down here for an LED fuel gauge and trip meter 1, trip meter 2, and then the odometer. Just enough, you know, a classic bike shouldn't have all kinds of fancy doodads on it. It should have just enough stuff, and that's what this bike has. Okay, let's get this thing back into the shop. Yeah, it's too nice of a day to be out here roaming around. What a great motorcycle. If you're in the market for a new used Royal Enfield, get yourself down here to Baxter Cycle, Marnie, Iowa. Or go to baxtercycle.com. They've got all kinds of good stuff here for you. They sell Royal Enfields, Triumphs, all kinds of British bikes, accessories for everything, t-shirts, backpacks, shoes, coats, everything you can imagine. Well, we have made it down to Cycle Park, and check this thing out. The first thing I want to see is the pipes. Yes, they are S&S. This thing, that great sound, that music, I knew they were S&S. I could just tell by the sound. But what a, you know, and the performance is there. S&S, well, they're all great pipes, but S&S's seem to be extra special. I don't think the baffles are in these. I don't see any baffles, but what a machine. What a machine. I think I went through kind of the specs already. 648 cc, single overhead cam, inline twin, fuel injected, puts out about air and oil cooled, by the way. Air, oil cooler right there, fins all over there. Puts out 47 horsepower in stock form. This is not stock. 39 foot-pounds of torque. That's about 53 newton meters. Has the beautiful, say it with me, the beautiful 6-speed Royal Enfield transmission. That thing is just a piece of arc. It is made to work with this engine. They're a pair made, you know, made from above. They work in unity. They're just a beautiful thing. One of my favorite transmissions of all time. Just a gorgeous bike. This bike has had a lot of extras added to it, and we'll go over that in a minute. The front disc is a 320 millimeter, very large, full floating disc, 2-piston Vibri caliper. You know, just a gorgeous thing. The front tire on this is a 190/18, and the rear tire is a 130/70/18. So it's got 18s front and rear. The forks, the covered forks, are 41 millimeter. I think the front ones are 4.3 inches in travel, and I think it'd be 109 millimeters maybe. I think that's, I'll put that on if I got that wrong. And the rear is 3.5 inches of travel, and I think that is 89 millimeters. But plenty of travel for this type of motorcycle. The suspension on these, I think the suspension and the brakes on these work great. I'm absolutely in love with how these things work. The rims, by the way, are aluminum, so that's, you know, less rotating mass. Wheelbase on this hot rod is 55.1 inches. That's 1400 millimeters. Y'all know how I love any bike with a 55 in the wheelbase. I don't know what the ground clearance is. I think it's 6.7 inches or something like that, maybe 170 millimeters. I'll check on that. Seat height in stock form, this is not a stock seat, is 31.7 inches. That's 805 millimeters. The fuel tank is supposed to be 3.6 gallons. That's 13.6 liters. And the weight in stock form with stock pipes and stock seat and all the other stuff, 470 pounds, 213 kilograms wet with a full tank of gas. Now this is going to weigh less than that because of the pipes, the seat, and some of the other things they've done to it. But what a beautiful, beautiful machine. Let's start by looking at the add-ons. And the most obvious one is this MK Design fairing. Absolutely gorgeous piece. It's got the gold and red lines on it, just like the tank has. You know, isn't that neat? They even got red down here. But isn't that just a nifty fairing? I think it looks good. And I did take a bike, a Continental GT with that same fairing on it. And I really did think it helped a lot. It kept a little bit of wind off the body. And, you know, it seemed to cut the air a little smoother. This has had the tank pads put on the side. Isn't that just a gorgeous tank? I love that classic looking, you know, cover there. Jumping up here, these are aftermarket tech levers that are adjustable. You can adjust them while riding the bike just by moving this knob. Very handy. Yeah, tech right there. Both the clutch and the brake. We'll get to that in a bit. Aftermarket blinkers, and these are actually, they feel like they're aluminum. You know, very nice looking. They kind of hide away in there, but I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And of course, the beautiful S&S exhaust system. The sound was amazing, and the performance. We were bouncing off the rev limiter left and right, so it did make a difference. I mean, this thing got right up there quickly. She breathes well. She's not anemic in any way. Jumping back over here, got the nifty little solo seat, and I think this is a very comfortable seat. I rode the Continental GT with the same seat. You know, it's kind of a form of torture device, but there's no hard spots in it. I've ridden bikes like this before where you'll find, you know, like a ridge on the edge or something that cuts into your leg. This does not do that. Ah, Royal Enfield Touring. So it is a Royal Enfield seat. And of course the tail cone, absolutely gorgeous. Then back here, we've got this neat little tail. You know, they've shortened the fender. It's got these same blinkers on the back. Aren't those just gorgeous? You know, and they feel like metal. I'm not sure what those are called. And then of course this neat tail light. And that, I like it. I like it a lot, as they say. Just this thing it's got the look. It's got the look. You know, it's got the look. It performs well. It's a real fun machine. You know, we did a classic video, or a Throwback Thursday video a while back of a 750 Interceptor. And one thing I came away with on that video was how similar this looks to the old Interceptor. I think, and that had to be intentional. I mean, they had to work to do that. It's a very good looking motorcycle. I love it. I love it. Hey, it's warm out here. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to put my helmet on. And I'm going to go take that thing for a ride. Somebody's got to do it. I'm the guy. So if it's nice out where you all are at, get out there and do the same. Wahoo! Lovely, lovely. She sings a sweet song. Music to my ears. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.